Welcome to today's movement session in the middle of the woods. Get excited. We are going to start with jump rope. Now, you do not have to jump. So stack your Tupperware lid over your Tupperware, rib cage over pelvis, elbows glued to your side. Now, long neck, so you're tucking your chin, and you're either going to bounce your legs like this so your feet never leave the ground. But notice I'm not getting the momentum from my chest, right? So I'm jumping like this. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you can actually let your feet leave the ground. Notice my elbows are glued to my side, my wrists are kind of limp. So if I really had a jump rope in my hand, this is how we want to jump to avoid peeing in our pants when we jump, right? Now, when we jump like this, then that doesn't stack our rib cage over our pelvis, allowing a lot more pressure into our pelvic floor. Same with our arms getting super big. We don't need that. We want them glued to our side. Tuck your chin, reach through the crown of your head, and we're jumping like this. Yes, 3, 2, 1, relax, nice work. Okay, we are gonna move on to basically an active cat-cow. Now, you've seen cat-cow before in yoga, right? But what we're gonna do here is actually press our hands into our thighs actively the entire time. Now, as I'm pressing my hands into my thighs, I'm lifting my sternum like there's a laser beam on it up towards the sky, continuing to press on my thighs while I continue to press on my thighs and round my back in. So your arm should be shaking, your body should be shaking, right? Lifting, 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 and rounding. Lifting, lifting, lifting while I'm continuing to press, and round. So I'm arching as much as I can, leading with my sternum like there's a laser beam on my sternum, and then rounding in. So now that sternum laser is facing the ground. One more. Lift, and round. Woo, your arm should be shaking. Okay, next we're gonna get into, let's call this like the grapevine rainbow, okay? This one's pretty fun. So we're gonna still practice that motion of rounding and opening, which is called flexion and extension, but we're gonna put a little pep in our step. So we're gonna step out to the side and round while our arms cross in front of our body, then grapevine your leg behind as you open up. So round and open, round and open. Now, don't worry so much about your feet. You can cross in front, you can cross behind. What we're really focusing on is the rounding and the opening while your hands make an X. Yes, round, open, round, open, round, open, round, open. This should feel so good, so juicy on your spine. Yes, round, open, round, open. Keep going. Round, open, round, open. Now that same laser beam is on your chest, pointing down, pointing up. Last one, round, open. Now step, tap, step, tap, step, tap. Now as I'm doing this, my arm is lifted up, other arm is straightening out. Keep going. We are just taking like a little active break or rest here. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we got what's called a single leg deadlift. So we're gonna find our tripod foot, stack our Tupperware lid over our Tupperware. Back toe is on the ground for your support and balance. Then you're gonna lean forward, bending in one line, drawing and pressing into that back hip, and come back up. I'll face you. I'm dropping down to where my body allows, pressing my foot into the ground to help initiate my lift back up. Leaning forward, coming down, drawing that hip back, pressing my foot into the ground to lift up. Let's do one more. Drop it down, press that foot into the ground, draw that hip back, ooh, to lift back up. We're gonna get right back into jump ropes. Now again, listen to your body, take whatever variation works best for you, but always challenge yourself, yes? So Tupperware lid is stacked over our Tupperware, rib cage over pelvis, long neck, trying to maintain this position, arms are glued to the side, wrists are relaxed, and we're jumping like this. Yes, on the balls of our feet, toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel. Now smile. You are so loved and you have shown up for yourself. And I see you and I am so proud of you. Now notice, this is a huge check I have to do on myself. I'm good at maintaining this, but my neck wants to jet out, right? So really pay attention to that. We want long crown of the head, like a big string coming out from the top of your head. Elbows are glued to your side. Rib cage is stacked over your pelvis. And again, You don't have to jump, right? You can just bend your knees and mimic this motion. If you're practicing this and you're doing it in that correct form, that is so much better than trying to jump just for the sake of jumping, right? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, close your mouth, inhale and exhale through your nose. Next up is our active cat-cow. So I'll face you this time. Remember, the entire time, my arms are pressing into my thighs. As I'm pressing into my thighs, my laser beam sternum is coming up, trying to shoot that laser beam to the sky. And then I'm gonna round and try to target that laser beam towards the ground. Now again, I am pressing into my legs the entire time, making this extremely active, trying to segment or isolate my spine. Again, you should be shaking. This is not easy. This is not meant to just go through the motions. We're really, really working on that active mobility of our spine and what's called extension, like this, the cow part, right? And flexion, the Halloween cat part. So if you've heard those terms, that's what they mean. Extension is arching and flexion is rounding. All right, come on up and let's get our active like little move here. As we're resting, we're gonna go right into those grapevine rainbows in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing that cat-cow motion. So we're rounding, our arms make an X. We're opening up, we have like football or goalpost arms, yes? Round and open. Again, let your feet just kind of do what feels natural. I'm crossing in front and then crossing behind. Elbows kind of stay at that 90-degree angle in that elbow post or that goal post. And again, we're rounding, we're opening, rounding and opening. Keep breathing, keep smiling, keep having fun. Round and open, round and open. Keep going. Round and open, round and open. Smile. I'm gonna remind you all day, be grateful you have a body that allows you to move, and whatever that looks like for you right now, because that's exactly where you should be. Every day we're making progress, every day we're getting just a little bit better, and that is where transformation lives. Okay, take a break. We are gonna get into our single leg deadlifts. So whatever leg you did last time, we're gonna do the opposite leg now. Find that tripod foot, center of the heel, ball the big toe, ball the pinky toe. Keep that Tupperware lid or your rib cage stacked over your Tupperware. Now I'm drawing this hip back, my front leg hip back as I bend down, keeping all of this in one line, really pressing into that bottom. Press my foot into the ground, initiate that lift all the way from my foot up. Yes, maintaining this one position, and you're only bending to where your body allows. You may be here and that's perfect, right? So bend down, draw that hip back, and then come back up. Yes, I'll face this way. Come down, I'm still on the same leg. I'm just switching positions so you can see from all angles. Pressing that foot into the ground, drawing that hip back as I lift up. You should feel this in the whole back side of your body, yes? Come down and come back up. Now, if you need to grab something for balance, please do that. Otherwise, we are gonna do a floating figure 4. We've done this together before, but we really want to stretch out that outer hip, yes? So we're gonna cross our leg, make that 4 position, hip bones face forward, and then we're gonna sit back into our imaginary chair. Again, keeping that Tupperware lid stacked over your Tupperware or your rib cage over your pelvis, sitting back into that chair. If you have the availability in your body, your arms come out. Otherwise, you're holding on to something, a countertop, a couch, a bed, anything works just fine. And we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. I'm gonna switch sides now. Opposite leg crosses in that figure 4 position. Hip bones face forward. So we don't want those hip bones to come to a diagonal. Keep those hip bones forward and only open your leg to where your body allows. Now from here, with those 2 laser beams on your hip bones facing forward, now you're gonna sit back, into that imaginary chair, staring at a spot on the ground that's not gonna move. That will help with your balance. Now from here, arms come straight out, keeping that rib cage stacked over your pelvis. And we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you for joining me in today's movement session. Thank you for getting up and moving your body. You are doing something that your future self is going to thank you for. I appreciate you. I see you, and I will see you in the next movement session.